Yo guys, it's the football den. Welcome back for another open FPL discussion, and we have a winner from last week here, Mr. Pramesh. So Pramesh, कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
Oh
You
my
are the guy with the
God.
highest points in the football den community, and we are glad to have you here today. Especially after the result of Manchester United versus Manchester City, and that's why I got a special icon right here for you, if you can see here. How are you feeling right now? I know you were the highest point getter of last week, but how is the feeling of the loss against Manchester United right now?
Bro, I just couldn't take it. Like, I was watching it with a United fan, and I watched 3 derbies with him, and you guys have won all the 3. So now I've just मतलब ये सोचता हूँ कि भाई जिंक्स हो गया, उसके घर पे नहीं जाने वाला मैं कभी देखने.
I don't think I strongly
Bro, and
don't think it
especially
will-
after the form, like 21 wins and you lose to United in such a manner, the manner in which we lost. That was depressing. I couldn't sleep. I slept for only 4 hours.
That's
or something.
honesty. That's honesty. No.
I swear, I'm not kidding. I literally couldn't sleep because. But okay, yeah, we have, I guess, Southampton now or Fulham, I guess.
Southampton.
Okay,
Yeah, Southampton.
Yeah, we bounce back easily.
Bounce back. You'll definitely bounce back in the Premier League, but in the fantasy Premier League world, you are much ahead of all of us, I must say. In a way, you should be running this channel.
I had 30 points on my bench. If I had used my bench boost, bro, I swear.
So what was your strategy there? So let's just get into it right now.
I guess I went for the teams which had lots of home games, and somehow that succeeded.
So is that a strategy that you generally follow? You feel like players with home games have a better chance to give you points?
Especially players in big teams and teams in form, I feel they play well at home. And teams which are away to Liverpool, I take.
Okay, so slightly sliding in that banter. So, all right, lovely introduction of Pramesh right here. So I just want to come to Karan and ask him how's his chase going on since you have been last since the start of this channel, and you're still last. So do you still have hope? Are you going to learn from Pramesh, or are you still going to be in and around beating the bush but never going to get there? What's the strategy?
Okay. Before you answer, I would just like to point out the similarities that we're asking Karan versus what we were asking about Liverpool yesterday.
So I'm gonna be in constant touch with Pramesh now. I gotta find out his secret sauce, get some tips from him. And turns out the player that I had in mind, Lingard, I thought I'll get him in, but I took your advice, Amber. I got Antonio in instead. And Pathari took my advice, got Lingard. Lingard scored a goal. Antonio didn't do jack shit. I don't know what to say, man. I really don't.
Bro, that's the shit about FPL, right? I'm so heartbroken. I was planning to captain Harry Kane. I even said it on the stream. It's got to be between Kane and Son. It's got to be that. But as every FPL manager, I myself also get influenced by other fucking people. And just before the deadline, I changed it to Gundogan. But in my defense, Pramesh, I honestly thought you guys are gonna thrash United. Although I was using the reverse psychology, I did believe it for a moment. So, I totally believed that City is going to come and go all guns blazing. They're going to thrash United. Gundogan is going to get some points. And of course, against Southampton, I'm sure you are also expecting points. So, I was like, okay, Gundogan may be the better choice here. So, I just went for Gundogan, and fuck how I'm paying for that. But how about this week? Who was your captain, Pramesh?
This week, my captain is Mahrez. So I'm doing all guns blazing for Mahrez, and I think अभी United तो चलो गया, but I guess Southampton के सामने एक और maybe 7-0 8-0 कुछ हो जाए United.
अरे कुछ हो जाए तो आ जाए. And I'm sure Pathare is hoping for a nil score.
Bro, Pathare captain Diaz, bro.
Exactly, Pathare, motherfucker.
If this plays out, I'm gonna go bonkers next week.
But how about Diaz getting dropped for this match, brother? How about that? I would love to see it.
Oh damn! Oh dude.
I really love the way Martial owned him, but I don't think he's going to be dropped out, because if one of the centre backs get dropped out, City will probably face a difficult situation. They are like the core for City to get forward and attack.
What would you have to say
Okay.
about that, Pramesh? Do you think dropping Diaz would have an impact on City's performance?
It wouldn't necessarily impact, but it increases the chances of opposition attacking us. So, and we need to bounce back right now. So I feel Pep should play Diaz and Stones for 2-3 games, and then again get in that run, and then start experimenting.
Again.
Pep roulette as usual.
Okay, so I think the problem here is that he has stopped rouletting as much as he used to. He's becoming more reliable, and I think that's the problem.
I agree, man. I totally agree. Because every week I'm looking at the sheet, my team, right? And I'm like, okay, one of these fuckers is definitely not gonna play. So I might just have this person, or I might just have that person on my bench and stuff like that. And for this week, oh my lord, I had Luke Shaw on my bench. He scored a goal. He kept a clean sheet. He's last on my bench, so it's not so. Of course, I had a Leeds defender who did not play, but Veltman is gonna come in for him, and I'm so fucking disappointed. But to be fair, guys, who would have expected United to keep a clean sheet against Manchester City? Not me. And who would have expected Luke Shaw to score a goal? Definitely none of us. So I'm not taking it too much to heart.
I expected Luke Shaw to definitely get an assist, because that guy is the best creator in the league at the moment across all players, not just defenders.
But
He's
that is
created
if
34
United
chances.
were able to score, bro.
Yeah,
No one was
but-
expecting United to score, तो assist तो दूर की बात है भाई.
No, I think
exactly.
अरे गोल ही नहीं मारने वाले असिस्ट तो कहाँ से क्या हो यार अब जाने.
no. See, I think it's a game of numbers. It's just like City. They don't win because of their finishing. They win because of the sheer numbers of the shots they get. So Luke Shaw is bound to get assists if he has the best numbers in the league.
Yeah, actually, you're right. In the last 7 games, Luke Shaw has 5 goal. What do you call it? Right. That's not.
So the United is essentially Manchester City's boogie team, right? So no matter how much I remember back in college, every time there was a Manchester derby, the day before, Pramesh used to be hyped as fuck, thinking, bro, तुम लोग के लगने वाले हैं, हम लोग तुम्हारी वाट लगाने वाले, तुम लोग के ये तो. And the next day, he didn't even turn up to the class because he knew what was going to happen once he comes in. We're all going to bounce on him. So he's lucky that a screen is dividing us right now.
The thing is, these fixtures are always at a time when City are in a run of form. And it's always against the script that United win. It's
Exactly.
United का भी सबसे घटिया point चालू है. City का
Exactly,
सबसे best point चालू है. It's just so. जैसे उनको reverse card हो जाता है.
Just a reminder.
Interesting, man.
Today is the anniversary of that brilliant goal that McTominay scored last year.
Oh yeah.
Ederson assist भूलो मत.
Right. So I saw that a few people in the FPL community also had other City defenders, but one of them had Ederson as the captain, and I was fucking shocked looking at this. For a moment, I was like, okay, maybe that's a smart choice. But exactly in 35 seconds into the United game, I was like, okay, you done fucked up, my friend. You done fucked up. But isn't it interesting to you, Pramesh, that City defense has become so reliable? Everyone is like doubling up on City defenders, and now people are even going for that goalkeeper because that's a guaranteed clean sheet. So, do you have 2 City defenders in your team? And with Kevin De Bruyne back, do you think 2 defenders in a team, 2 City defenders in a team is the right way to go, or is it time to get 2 City attackers?
First of all, I think it's never a good idea to get two defenders from one team. Like, I never do that. And I would never recommend anyone to do that. And the thing is, I guess, yes, you should get two city attackers. But the problem will be, kaun se do loge tum?
Yeah, exactly.
So it might as well go with one, like De Bruyne or Mahrez, because they are starting every week.
What about
then
Gundogan?
just get a defender, Diaz, and Ederson, because maybe there are rumors he's taking the next penalty or something.
Wouldn't we love
that?
that?
Would be a smart move, bro.
So I have a question for all of you guys here, starting with Karan. If goalkeepers are to start taking penalties, how many points do you think a goalkeeper should get to score a goal? Because we know the attackers get 4, midfielders get 5, defenders get 6. So if a goalkeeper starts taking penalties or goalkeeper scores a goal, what according to you is the right amount of points for that?
6 is about right, because if a defender gets 6 to score a G, and
Bro, defenders out there playing in the field, goalkeeper's back in his goal.
Okay,
Come on,
okay.
you're
Okay, look at it this way. A goalkeeper gets 4 points to keep a clean sheet. A defender gets 4 points to keep a clean sheet. So they're at par there. So I think a defender and a goalkeeper scoring a penalty should also be at par.
But the problem
Okay,
is
so I have
goalkeeper scoring is
yeah,
way much less, na? So the reward should be way much higher than that.
exactly.
I
How
don't
often do goalkeepers score goals?
I guess 10 points.
I agree with Pramesh.
10 points.
I totally agree with Pramesh.
I think
10 points is the
8
way.
points would be more suitable.
Oh, why do you think so?
Because 10 points, first of all, is a big gap. I would say from 6 to 10 is a big gap.
So you split the
And
difference.
as a counterpoint, defenders nowadays, they play pretty upfront. They almost play in the box at some time, at least the fullbacks, wingbacks. And it's very difficult for the keeper to get goals as often as defenders now. So definitely there's that probability.
Exactly. But let's not stray too off topic here. And I just want to bring back the discussion towards Bruno Fernandez, my friends. Bruno Fernandez giving you those points consistently, week in, week out. Pramesh, as much as you are a City fan, you cannot deny that because of FPL, Bruno must be very close to your heart, isn't he?
He's not close to my heart, but I have him in my team. You cannot miss out on him. He's like Salah from 2 seasons back or something. You just cannot not have him in your team.
That brings me to the point. What do you think about Salah? Can you do you need to have him in your team or?
Salah, वापस भेज दो उसको जहाँ से भी आया.
He makes a very fair point. जहाँ से आया उसको वहीं भेज दो.
Apparently, there are rumors that he hasn't been given the new contract that he asked for, and he's a little disappointed in Liverpool that they haven't handed him the contract that he deserves according to him, and that is one of the reasons for his poor performances.
I don't.
And you should be prepared to hear this as Klopp's next excuse.
But coming back to FPL, how did you do, Amber? How did you do this week?
I feel like I would have done brilliantly if I just had Luke Shaw on, but I'm not gonna cry too much about that because I don't blame myself first of all for not believing in United to get a clean sheet. So that's okay. But I think overall I've done pretty decent. I did make the mistake of getting 2 City defenders and I did pay for it, but I'm hoping I can recoup those points in Southampton like a lot of FPL managers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I believe in Bruno. Bruno is in my team. He's always going to be in my team. And the only thing that can actually make my week perfect is having Gundogan score at least 1G.
Or at least
Gundogan has actually been one of those players that I generally do not ever captain players that I don't believe in. So I don't go according to fixtures. That's my philosophy. I go according to the player, which is why I was backing Kane up till the end, where I fucked up. I like every manager got influenced by what others were doing around them, and I went for Gundogan. So I think this is probably the last time that I'm gonna do that. So yeah, this is the lesson that I've learned this week, to trust my gut and not just blindly go behind what people are saying. I mean, we do want to listen to what others are doing, and we want that different perspective, right? Like the way we are giving you on this channel, we are getting high scorers for you in Pramesh, and of course the low scorers in Karan as well, to show what not to do.
Just because they run
but
the channel, like, you have to get them on, like, otherwise.
yeah, but ultimately, I think what I have learned is not to forget my philosophy at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna take this lesson from the game week and go on, but not a bad game week at 53 points currently.
You sounded a lot like Klopp there. Not to go away from your philosophy.
The only difference is that I do not have 0 points in any of the weeks that I'm playing.
Ooh, who had 0 points?
Yeah,
because he's
Klopp.
been getting 0 points at home, right? So that's the only difference between me and Klopp.
Okay. So guys,
what about you?
I have 3 questions for you guys. Okay. Who are you removing and getting in your defense, or who would you remove and get in your midfield, and who would you remove and get in your attack? Starting with Pramesh.
So in defense, I have Konsa, Reguilon, Diaz, and Keane.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel this is a pretty balanced defense. And I'm going to use my wild card after the international break.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to keep the defense same. Maybe try to get Cancelo in,
Okay.
Thoda assist bhi. In midfield, I have Mahrez, Son, Townsend, Bruno, and Souček.
Townsend.
Yeah, bro, that's
वो तो ऐसे ले लिया था.
Acha, is he like a
He's
bench
at-
player?
Yeah, bench player.
Okay.
So I'm getting out Townsend and Souček भी आजकल थोड़ा ये हो
Yeah.
गया. It's okay because I have Mahrez, Son, and Bruno, so that helps me a lot.
okay.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Then attack I have Kane, Bamford, and Wilson. So Wilson is injured.
Right.
So I'm trying to get in DCL.
Why?
But DCL, with the form that he's in, do you really want to get DCL in?
I think at the end of the season they will, start attacking more. So there is a chance that he might get more productive.
Well, that's an interesting thought. I never took that perspective, because yeah, they do want to be pushing on for the top 4.
Because Ancelotti has been going on and on for weeks now that
Yeah.
we are trying for Europe, and I guess he
Yeah.
is the main man. Richarlison, I don't know. I don't believe in that. Sometimes he gets goals, but they are very random. He's not consistent. DCL was very consistent at the start of the season. But the thing is, you need to. Okay, one question is, what about Gareth Bale now?
Yeah, I definitely was waiting for my part to talk about Gareth Bale, but since you
I'm
brought him up,
really confused about Gareth Bale.
I think this is the perfect time to take a punt on Gareth Bale, because he has a fixture in game week 29 and the others don't, right? So get in Gareth Bale now, test him out, see what he's like, because I feel like Mourinho's playing him perfectly. He's getting him on for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and he's not risking him for that injury. So somewhere down the line that, okay, the moment you see Gareth Bale slowing down, he's going to get substituted. So not a problem. So it's not like he's an injury concern anymore. And with that being said, you have brilliant potential in him, because he's a midfielder, but he's essentially playing as a striker, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. So I'm definitely going to be one of those people getting him in.
Look at
But
the
let
double
me-
standard, guys. Just 1 week back, Ambar Dheri said that Gareth Bale, no fucking way. He is too injury prone. 9.3 million on Gareth Bale. There is no way in hell you should get him in.
Listen, that was 2 weeks before.
1
And 2
week.
weeks before, 20 to 30 fucking points that he delivered, okay?
This was
I'm a
last
numbers
week.
guy at the
This
end
was
of the
last
day.
week.
Amber,
I'm a
you also
numbers guy.
said you're thinking of shipping out Bruno. And now you're like, Bruno's going to stay forever.
Oh
Me?
my god.
Shipping on Bruno.
You and Karan, both of you said
I
that.
would never, ever,
Bro.
ever talk about shipping
Dude,
on
this
Bruno.
guy is on something else. Let's just leave him out of the
No,
conversation.
I will search that and I will show you all the video.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
If
mute him
there's a
forever.
video that exists where I'm talking about shipping out Bruno, I will. I swear that I will leave this channel. I
Ambar-
repeat, I will
Ambar-
leave this channel.
Ambar, just say the words and I will put Pathari on mute forever or kick him out of this chat. Just say it. Just say it.
Bro,
But
and
anyway,
they will lose out all the secret sauce that I get. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to listen to someone who's at the bottom of the table.
Oh god. So
But what are your views on Gareth Bale? Is he worth the punt?
Yeah, even I'm considering getting Gareth Bale, especially because he's fitting in my budget right now. Exactly, I have 9.4 million after I sell James, and he's fitting in my budget. With Spurs having a fixture in the game week 29, so I'm definitely considering him. And otherwise, I will go for Son, but I'm leaning towards Gareth Bale given his current performance.
But isn't Son a little costlier? Isn't Son?
Yeah, I would have to make some changes to get in Son, like another transfer.
Son is like 9.6.
Yeah, 9.6.
Yeah, because Son is reliable, but then Gareth Bale is a differential at the moment.
Okay, so going back to the question, Ambar, your transfer outs and ins in all three parts of the
Right.
field.
So of course in midfield we already discussed. I need to get rid of Salah. We've discussed it long enough now. Salah's out. It's only a question of will it be KDB straight away fitting in for Salah, or will I test the waters with Gareth Bale? And I honestly feel like testing the waters with Gareth Bale only because he's the one with that extra fixture in game week 29. So I'm definitely gonna have a punt on that. But regardless of the midfield, in defense, I feel like I'm going to take Pramesh's point on board and not keep two City defenders, because if it's coming from a City fan himself, I ought to believe it. And I've kind of been paying for it by having two City defenders since the time I got Cancelo in.
And the thing is, in recent times, I feel City have been leaking goals again. Not too many, but we are starting.
All it takes is one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now Wolves के सामने एक गया, then United के सामने दो गया. They are not that reliable. It's just that we are not in that form now. So be safe. Just go for one. Get a form.
So
team.
I'm actually considering maybe unpopular opinion, but I don't see why it should be so unpopular now. Is Aaron Cresswell? I think that dude has massive potential. West Ham is in the form of their life. Aaron Cresswell is on he's on dead ball situations, so you've got a chance for a corner assist, you've got a chance for a free kick, and his assists are pretty much I think he's got some crazy numbers this season for assists. Yeah. So Aaron Cresswell, and the other one is of course getting Rudiger back into the team. The way Chelsea has been performing, it's just it's a must that you must now have a Chelsea defender. So these two are my defenders.
Just so you know, Rudiger was benched last game.
Yeah, but I believe it was a part of Tuchel's rotation.
Yeah, it was a part of
he's been playing every game since Tuchel is in. So I just believe that it's a part of the rotation. And at that price point, he's definitely one to consider. And attack, I believe that that Calvert-Lewin definitely has to go. So I'm just going to wait this Burnley fixture out, the upcoming fixture. And in 29, I will be bringing in Antonio, as I said before. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So these are my short-term goals, is to plan and attack that West Ham team. And maybe, you never know. Maybe get that Lingard swag on. You never know. You never know.
J-Links is a doubt for the next game. He caught an injury in this one, so...
No, he's not injured. He can't play against his parent club.
Oh no, but there was reports of him being injured, at least on the site I checked.
No, he can't play against United.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So Pathare, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so mine are pretty similar to what Ambar said. For my defense, I have two City defenders and two United defenders. And I'm happy keeping the United defenders. One change I would like to make in the City defenders is Cancelo, because he's the most prone defender to Pep Roulette. So I might get in Stones instead of him and have like a duo of Stones and Diaz, where I feel confident that City are going to keep a clean sheet. I can keep both of them. Or my second option, which I was considering yesterday, is like Amber said, getting in Cresswell. But that is only subject to how good West Ham's fixtures are.
Yeah.
Then,
Go ahead.
as I said it, in my midfield, I'm going to remove James and either go for Bale or Son. And finally, my attack, DCL has to go. And I'm either going to get in Antonio or Bamford instead of him.
Okay, but I really don't know why everyone is hell bent on removing DCL from their teams. He has a good run of fixtures coming up, and I feel that he could give decent returns. I get it that he's 7.7 milli and all of that, but he has been performing through the season. He has had like a dry patch.
I agree, but I have another reason. I have another reason because the new formation that Everton are going with, Richarlison is playing a more forward role, and DCL is not playing the sole striker role that he was, where he's getting supplied from all sides. So now with Richarlison having to split the chances, DCL has taken a more receding role, and that is why Richarlison's output can also be seen over the past couple of game weeks, which is why I want to see if DCL can still maintain his form, but I doubt.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So as for me, I think in defense, I am considering getting in an Everton defender. I haven't decided on which one because they do have a good run of fixtures coming up, and there is a potential for a few clean sheets there. In terms of midfield, as and when Grealish is fit, I plan on getting him in because, like Pathare said earlier, that there is a potential for them to have at least 2 double game weeks yet, considering they are a couple of games behind. And in terms of attack, I'm not quite sure if I really need to make a change here. I have Bamford, Antonio, and Kane. If someone has to go after game week 29, it might be Antonio because he does have a difficult run of fixtures. But till then, I think I'm good.
Invest in players, my friend. Don't invest in fixtures. That's the thing that I would advise everyone.
Getting Leeds players anymore? Like, are they a team?
Yeah, man. They're actually
What are
disappointed
they?
a lot.
What are they? It's so inconsistent. Winning 3-0, losing 3-0, draws 3-3. What is this? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean that is why the whole
for a manager, you cannot just predict. Believe कल मेरे को लीड्स के हमने खेलना है, तो समझेगा ही नहीं भाई क्या एनालाइज करूं मैं ऐसा हो गया.
Exactly. It's like you see he's gonna run in here, he's gonna run in there, and then you never know which type of lead is gonna turn up. Is it the one that's gonna press the fuck out of you and force you to make mistakes and then run off with the ball?
You remember the City against unka game that 1-1? I guess it finished 1-1 or 0-0. I don't remember. Which was very hyped because it was Pep versus.
Early on in the season.
I don't know. It was they were playing very good up to like 5 or 6 games, and then they have just gone down.
So I think Leeds players are more like punts each game week because you know it's going to be a high scoring one. You just don't know which one is going to score because just 2 weeks now we saw Leeds players just giving 2 points, and then the previous week, I think 3 weeks ago, I had Bamford, Rafinha, and Dallas, and they gave me a combined of around 37 or so points.
Yeah, dude, I remember that game week. Yeah, me too. I had 3 of them as well. But for all the people who have a little bit of faith in United, I think I'd like to give one advice before signing off. It's that maybe now, if you really, really want a differential, now is the right time to get in Martial.
On that note, I think everyone should shut this video right now because
agreed.
Now we know why Karan is at the bottom.
Come on, man. The man is just back from an injury, and he was good at holding up the play, but I don't see returns over there at the moment.
2 weeks back, on Tuesday, I said it's time to get Gareth Bale. He's performed well for the last 2 weeks. 1 week back, I said it's time to get in Lingard. He's done pretty
Yeah.
well.
And
Martial
how many
for
of
me.
those players
Okay,
did you
okay.
get it? How many of those players did you get it?
See, my
Okay,
job is to give
zero.
you guys advice.
No, you
No.
must practice what you preach,
The
my
Gareth
friend.
Bale and Lingard advice were based on previous performance.
Okay, this one.
Martial has no previous performance.
This one
Just
is-
a few twists and turns in the City game and you're down on your knees.
This one is purely based on the eye test. For me, he's passed the eye test, and I'm gonna say that for everyone who's willing to take a punt, go ahead and do it.
And I would advise you to not do it until this man himself does it.
Yes, wait for his teams to go online.
Exactly. It's Ramesh. Doesn't this remind you of the group projects that you did in college? And Karan is out with
And how
all
I
the
aced them, right?
auditions to the project, but does not contribute at all. It's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. So think for yourselves. Take some advice, but at the end of the day, don't forget your philosophy, and that's what's got Pramesh here on our channel, and we hope to see him more often. And we also hope that someone actually defeats him and sends in their scores, and so that you guys can come on.
What's
here.
the highest you have ever had, like, as a guest or someone coming?
Oh, this is the first.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've done it, and you had the highest. And mad props to Pramesh because he got a score of 105 points without any cards, without any chips.
Yeah, I have all those remaining still.
Wow.
So, wow. Yeah. So I'm definitely expecting to see more of Pramesh. And on that note, I just want to thank you all for watching the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, watch along.